outside of the soundstage as well. And this whole time, we've been driving on a road where Marty McFly once traveled 88 miles per hour to get himself to this next location.
Days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey, everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour? See you in the future.
You might be noticing there is no clock on that tower at the moment. Of course, we've got a brand new sign back up there, John Hancock High School, the high school for Ted. So who knows? It might be come back for another season. If you also watch the show called Never Have I Ever, the main character, Davey, goes to college in the fourth and final season. So what also played a high school, played college campus for Never Have I Ever. All 4 seasons also filmed here. The main character, Davey, lives on Colonial Street. But welcome now to what we call New York Street. Doesn't always have to play New York, but of course that's what we call it here in the backlots. If it's your first visit to any kind of big movie studio, keep in mind what's looking like real brick, real stone, mostly foam rubber, fiberglass plywood, all these lightweight materials for any production to roll on and dress it up, make it look like whatever their script really calls for. All the way down to your left, from a distance, is 2-dimensional wall painted to be 3-dimensional. Looks kind of real from afar. Of course, using a 2-dimensional camera like the ones on your phones, it might look like more realistic from a distance. But we're going to feature all those main set pieces right around us here on New York Street. You're noticing small square metal plates on the sidewalks. That's where productions will literally plug in their light posts. We'll add some background actors, some parked vehicles, some moving vehicles. Make it look like a real moving environment. I'll give you some easy homework. Go on YouTube, watch some music videos. Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams featured our movie theater marquee right here on New York Street, the final moments of that music video. Or if you're fans of K-pop, Jungkook from BTS, his music video for Seven, the big rainstorm scene, highly featured this location. And a couple years back, the artist known as Pink, I always recommend her Walk Me Home music video, really cool nighttime filming, which took place around this location. Of course, fan comedies myself, The Mindy Project, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, How I Met Your Mother, and The Good Place. I love The Good Place. If you're fans of that show, rewatch the Trolley Problem episode where Chidi has to decide which way to go. Also featured this very location. And don't forget, if you visit us here, usually Monday through Friday, we don't always get to see this location, especially due to filming. Sometimes we're just setting up for filming, and they'll close this area off. And that was also the case for the show American Ninja Warrior. They have literally built their obstacle course down this street several summers in a row. So if you watch that show, you might have actually seen our metro sets in a unscripted version. Now, in just a few beats, we're just chilling here in the shade as best as possible. We'll hit up King Kong with King Kong 360 3D, our newest version. Came to life back in 2010. For those unfamiliar, sudden tram movements, water effects, loud noises, all that stuff really kicks into gear from this point on. So use this time wisely. Make sure all your belongings. TV show where the very beginning of this episode and the very end of the episode kind of film in the same location. For scheduling purposes, they'll probably film both of those scenes at around the same time of day. All those unique editing choices here in Hollywood. All right, tricks of the trade. Folks, just outside of our King Kong Theater, just up this way, we'll recognize 2 classic elements here at the tour, both built over 50 years ago, both retired elements. I'm talking about the collapsing bridge and the runaway train. So that bridge used to be a part of our operation. Our trams used to travel over it as it would appear to collapse. It's in the name. The train on that bridge was its own thing. The train was featured within our western location called the Runaway Train Attraction, would come to a screeching halt, oh so close to the tram each and every time. All right, folks, we got a little pre-show tunnel before we venture back into Skull Island. Just remain seated, do a double check, make sure all belongings are nice and close. If you have your cameras out, keep your cameras even closer. Do a double check, make sure lights and flashlights on if they are on. Thanks so much. It's the original King Kong. I like monsters.
Beaches from.
Back into safari mode really quickly. I know it's a Saturday, but do keep in mind just around us we'll be driving past the trailers for St. Dennis Medical and then Lopez versus Lopez. They're not filming today, but I'm just so used to Monday through Friday. They've always been a pretty activity heavy zone over here, pretty normal quiet zone the past few days as well. But like I said, they shouldn't be here today to have the weekend off. They're getting ready for future filming later on. And then a closer up look at that two-dimensional wall painted to be three-dimensional on your right. If you see a sign that says BG changing, that stands for background changing. So those all those actors who pretend to help the scene come to life. All the people dressed up as hospital patients, doctors, and nurses for that brand new comedy. Let me show you some tram cameos over the years. Of course, today, driving one of our newer make and models, our electric tram. Oh gosh, we had another brand new show filmed here like 3 months ago. It's always unique when we have all these new shows, but keep a lookout for another show called A Man on the Inside, or Google it later. She'll be hitting up Netflix later on this year. Ted Danson and Stephanie Beatrice were in this location of our lot and a couple of our sound stages just a few months ago. Ted Danson, Stephanie Beatrice, brand new show. Keep a lookout for A Man on the Inside. We also built, of course, pre-2008, our classic King Kong attraction, featured amongst our classic Metro sets. If you love monsters, coming up on your right, our beautiful monster mural, completed a few years ago by well-known LA graffiti artist Tristan Ian. You'll see his name in the lower panels. You can follow his work on social media, Tristan Ian, well-known LA graffiti artist. While we do that, let me show you one of the most recent tram cameos. This filmed inside of the soundstage. They only brought the first car of the tram, surrounded the backside with a green screen. This is the third revival season of Will and Grace.
Someone from a coffee place. I know my name's not Lisa.
We love it. Take a look on your left. This is the home for The Voice. They are underway with their 26th season. We already had some blind auditions being taped here not too long ago. And the big white tent with all those chairs, that's why the audience checks in and gets ready to clap their hearts out. They get walked across as a group. They film some of their blind audition the cast as first-timers who'd be really good TV for season 26. Reba McEntire also currently working on a brand new sitcom called Happy's Place, filming inside of stage 33. This body of water, our Hollywood Ocean as we call it, has been here for years. Man-made body of water. We built another studio tour attraction within this water years ago. If you were here back in the 70s through early 2000s, the parting of the Red Sea. Our tram used to travel through this body of water, giving everyone on board a nice sea level view, even featured in a production or two.
is overloaded. Tell them they can walk on water. It's part of the tour.
Yeah, about a few years ago, they kind of closed that gap up, made it into a road, and built 4 newer stages here on the back lot. We even have 8 new sound stages, a brand new campus, past our Little Europe location, which is up next. Oh, that same body of water, by the way, played home to this monster, celebrating its 70th anniversary. And I've seen some of the merch in the park. It's all real. The Creature from the Black Lagoon came to theaters in 1954. Look on your screens. There's a creature, some palm trees, a mountain in the background. That mountain we already saw. We saw it in Courthouse Square, aka Hill Valley. It's huge. It's the backside of the Hollywood sign. That's the mountain you're noticing. You're going to see it one more time as we take it into Little Europe. Change of language, set decoration, any European city for Hollywood filming. This area of our backlot, of course, home to other classic monster films like Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi, and Frankenstein, starring Boris Karloff. However, over the past 30 years, a lot of our guests recognize this location for different productions. Rewatch Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella with Whitney Houston, Brandy, Whoopi Goldberg. You recognize this for a lot of their big dance numbers. Thanks for that. I did notice one of our doors from open car one. That's my bad. Also, rewatch Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement, Anne Hathaway, Julie Andrews, the parade scene, the horse carriage. This is obviously Little Europe. But then, for 4 years, not too long ago, this area taken over by a very unique show called The Good Place starred Ted Danson and Kristen Bell, and they told us this was the afterlife. Take a look.
Television show. This location, afterlife, I've never ever seen it. It's really good.
You're not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place. Well, this sounds awesome.
The show is awesome. Are there fans of this show on board this tram? I love this show so much. I just rewatched it for like the 4th or 5th time. You are in safe company. Yes, love to see it. Okay, really quickly, I'll dive into the show. We will be starting to move with our new set visit straight ahead. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, a comedy in the 50s called Frankenstein meets Abbott and Costello. The beginning of the franchise, way before Fast and Furious 10 was ever a thing. Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride, Frankenstein, The Mummy, Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, and the opera. Classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, it's one of the great.
You'll start to notice things like the subway station set. And you'll also notice we didn't drive 6 hours more, but the posters tell us otherwise. We're in San Francisco. All the signage, all the posters around us. If only was that easy to travel. Now, folks here, pretend you're visiting us here after day of filming. All the actors are on their mark. You're the director in charge of those magical 3 words. You know what I'm talking about. Lights, camera, action, and then it all starts. Folks, possibly just a small big one. So luckily, after the resets, it just under 30 seconds for us here. Visit us here last year. Big closure. We closed that building down to make it more renovated, more refurbished into a more modern 21st century subway station set in San Francisco. If you want to see the classic earthquake attraction, rewatch the movie Beverly Hills Cop 3. They did turn it into their own attraction for their own amusement park script, but still a fun rewatch. With our tour today, passing around our halfway point with our don't forget about the random emergency court for any medical emergencies or general guest assistance. For now, we just got access to bring you back to Amity Island, a small New England town once terrorized by that great white man-eating shark, Jaws. And there he is. No need to worry anymore. We caught the shark giving us troubles. Earlier this morning, we also had a police officer diver, George, doing one final sweep. Oh gosh. What's that change in music? You all seeing this? General shark. Yes, we'll call dispatch. Oh, they're screaming. Okay, children, can't slip away, kids. Nothing to see out there. George, yes, he is highly qualified, and some say the best that we. Oh, gross. Oh, that's a lot of that. Okay. Okay, folks, remain seated when we clear this location. Hopefully everything's okay. Just lost battery, so that folks, our tram is stalling out. Out in the water, that there little baby is moving. This is not good. We are not alone. Okay, it's just that fire. We're gonna need a bigger tram. Is a cut. Good job, Bruce. Back to one. Only shark in the world that did a backstroke. I know, so talented. Just keep showing. Bruce. They did so after Steven Spielberg's attorney. Shark, lawyer, look it up. It's true. Now, if you're also familiar with Disney Pixar's Finding Nemo, their shark, also Bruce. That was a nod to Steven Spielberg and the movie Jaws. The movie Jaws, mostly filmed on location, marked its finger on the East Coast. Our Jaws attraction brought to life 1 year later, 1976. And don't forget, here in the backdrop, the world is just around the corner. So now, we take it to old Mexico. This time, we're going to turn things over to one of the anchors of the Today Show. Here is Mr. Allen.
Time for my favorite part of the show. When it comes to film, it's truly a special effect. In fact, we debuted our first major attraction here on the studio tour way back in 1968.
We start things off with strobe effects, sound effects, lightning thunder. Of course, we had the main and last components, water, to show you how we make it rain here in Hollywood. We use hidden sprinkler systems to shoot that water up, falls down as naturally as possible, and we have complete control over the entire environment. But of course, other productions, they call for something bigger. In just a few moments, expect a lot more water headed our way. As some guests on board like to say, when it rains, it pours. Watch out. That is a cut on our flash flood experience. 10,000 gallons of water being released at the top of the hill. A classic once featured in a little movie called Big Fat Liar with Paul Giamatti. So this is from the movie Big Fat Liar, but also rewatch Lady Gaga's Judas music video. She also featured our flash flood and the rest of this location. Old Mexico also played a whole other planet in Star Trek Picard on Paramount Plus not too long ago. And if you're big fans of Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, you'll recognize a little bit of Old Mexico and Little Europe. They also filmed in a couple of our sound stages. Doesn't always have to be universal. We like to share. That was also the case with this next location. We call it 6 Points, the Old West. These are some of the oldest movie sets on our studio lot, still being used till this very day. The Opera House, Full interior saloon on your left-hand side. Leonardo DiCaprio was inside and just outside that saloon, filming his movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by Quentin Tarantino, a Sony production, which took over this area for 4 months in the summer of 2019. The biggest difference? They add dirt. Once they add dirt, we get rerouted from the tours. They bring in horses, dress everyone up as cowboys, the whole 9 yards. I'll show you some of those classic Western stars on your screens. But take a look around you. This is history. A lot of classic spaghetti westerns filmed here too. And earlier techniques of filming, you'll see all the doors are different sizes. Forced perspective at its easiest here at 6 points. Say you got a shorter actor, choose a shorter door so they appear taller on camera. Say you got someone like the Duke, John Wayne, who's at 6'4". Choose a much taller door so they appear more of the average height with the rest of their co-stars. Now, folks, with our route today, we'll be kind of traveling past Amity Island one more time. No more shark attacks for us, hopefully. But I'll turn things over to Steven Spielberg to dive into some more history about our Jaws attraction.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the traffic. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly
75 worked out pretty well, becoming a summer blockbuster. Now, folks, we'll be having the opportunity to see this try and get attacked by Bruce. I do want to point out, our Jaws attraction has one of our only practical houses. Most of the other houses are just walls or just shells. Kind of the case for our largest neighborhood on your left-hand side. It's our Colonial Street. Still gets recognized as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives. Also recently recognized as Candy Cane Lane, the Eddie Murphy holiday movie, or all those Wayfair commercials as the Wayborhood. Also back in the 80s, The Burbs with Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher. Speaking of time travel, these are 30th anniversary replica signs of the Lion Estates, the neighborhood where Barney McFly once lived, in Back to the Future. And everyone, from this point,
in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Say they're made all over the world on locations, but most of us were focused in those days in the 60s on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt in my own young way I owned a lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
So I recently put together this picture card display on the left-hand side. But I'm just a big theme park nerd myself, though of course you might be also ooh and on at this updated HHN construction for Terror Tram, Enter the Blockhouse, this year's theme. And of course, if you're looking forward to Halloween Horror Nights, you might be familiar with our final 3 set visits, all in the same genre, scary movies. Let's start things off in the 60s, the Bates Motel, the home to Norman Bates and Mother. Ooh, a bird. Welcome back to the movie sets from Psycho. You'll also notice our replica sign of the Hollywood sign we brought to life this past summer to celebrate the Hollywood sign's centennial anniversary. Ours is much smaller, though. The real Hollywood sign stands at 45 feet tall per letter. Ours is just 10 feet tall, but here in the back lot looks just as big on a smaller mountain. So, of course, the Bates Motel, the home to Norman Bates and Mother, as we take you up this psycho path. You might still see Mother rocking away in the second-story window. The closer we get to the house itself. If you watch the TV series Bates Motel starring Freddie Highmore, Barrett Fellita, they created replicas of these very iconic sets. They filmed the TV show in Vancouver, British Columbia. But of course, there was a Psycho, Psycho 2, 3, and 4, and of course this killer theme song. From iconic, we take you into one of the plane crash scene site from Steven Spielberg's 2005 alien invasion movie, War of the Worlds. All around us. This was once a real aircraft purchased from a real airplane graveyard. They broke it apart into several big pieces before shipping it here on flatbed trucks all around Los Angeles to stage this scene. Only featured for about 4 minutes in the entire movie. Take a look.
The airplane crash section is 20 degrees and it's set. It is all designed around a vision speed.
You just ready to sit down and talk about Florida. Well, that's why what if it's 7-foot Denver town right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You can't do big. That's a big. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Sit down close.
Robbie, get in. Get in.
So the smaller road to your left is the main road you're seeing in this production. I'll pause it right there. The back of the van, there is a New Jersey license plate. That's where most of this movie actually filmed. North Jersey and New York on the East Coast. They also filmed in some of our sound stages on the front lot, and this scene was built here and filmed here, only featured for about 4 minutes or less for the words. Once a real aircraft, don't forget. Now, of course, our next and final set visit still fairly new enough to tour. This movie no hit theaters 2 years ago, starring Keke Palmer, Danny Kaluuya, and Stephen Young. They brought their own amusement park to life for the script. Here to show us around our final set visit, writer-director of the movie Nope, here is Mr. Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. It's Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jr. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? So first now, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of hot spring. Welcome to the world of
If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't try to make too much out of this, but I love this movie. These are like two different scenes merged together. The Star Lasso experience, it's a huge amphitheater they built and brought to life for the movie, but a lot goes down at that set. Of course, a very difficult scene to digest if you've seen this movie. It is rated R. Check it out. I love this movie. Jordan Peele brought you Get Out, then Us just yet, but have them nearby, have them ready, just in case. We'll let you know if and when they are necessary. But yes, this will be our final location, the Southern Truck Repair. Now, folks, this is a pretty well-known street racer party hangout, and the reason we are here to begin with. Well, we actually got word there happens to be a federal witness on board this vehicle. I know, what are the odds? We're in a theme park, but yes, federal witness. We got your back. There is a bad guy out there, so people look out for Owen Shaw. We got some friends of witnesses. We'll help you out with it. Now, I was told someone would be here to give us some more details. I got some more. I do hear some music next door, so hopefully that should be a good sign of life. Oh, this whole time, somebody called. All right, cool. Girl, question.
Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw for money. To keep you safe, need your help. You don't want the syndicate tracking us. So put away your cameras and turn on your cell phones. One flash, one ringtone, things like that.
These are the tickets for the sales.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Thank you. Folks, next door should be. All right, I just find out what's going on next door. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock here. This party is hard. It's cool. Oh, this one.
Party's over. Everybody out. The FBI. Turn that engine off.
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party. And the what
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move. Bill, that's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. It's like that. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Not my suggestion. Clear out the other ones. We can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Yeah, ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the notes.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
There.
It was on vibrate. Sean traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle. It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door. Roman, drive your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Yes, surgery process on and they also serve as protective eyewear. Keep a lookout for Owen Shaw. He's a bad guy, know that's we not going to cross him anytime soon. Personal belongings listed. Glasses on, hang on tight. Hopefully the show is inside of it.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn. Okay, guys, it's showtime. Hook him up. I got the bull by the horn. Now we move it. I got company.
Witness is mine, Letty!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away! Find it!
Where you going, Letty? Don't climb another missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Hurry, don't shoot. Get on the bridge. Under construction. Everybody hold on. Get the mattress. Party done. Hold the job, everybody. Protect the wings and you can resume breathing.
You know, it's crazy out there.
You know, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good.
You